Hello there. Welcome to a very special episode of Electric Sheep. This is our 208 subscriber special. So let's get on with our story that almost wasn't told because of technical difficulties. Our story titled Earth Stood Defiant.
Earth stood defiant. Since the beginning of mankind, we observed them from afar, fragile things of flesh and impulse, growing through love and war in equal measure. We studied their patterns, their endless cycles of creation and destruction, wondering if such chaos could ever yield something greater, or if it would only consume them. We were not always watchers. We were survivors. Our world had once been whole, oceans singing, skies alive with light, but it was broken by the coming of the asteroid god Mokus. He did not think. He did not judge. He simply was a force of endless momentum, dragging all things into his dominion. Our planet shattered beneath him, and what remained of us clung to drifting fragments, caught in his terrible gravity. We followed him, not by choice, by fate. And so we watched as Mokus moved from world to world, crashing into them with divine violence. Civilizations vanished in moments. Oceans boiled. Atmospheres burned away, each impact a proclamation of his power, each destruction a testament to his inevitability. We called him God because we could not imagine anything greater. Until we saw Earth. We had long observed the naked apes who lived there. They were contradictory creatures, capable of tenderness and brutality in the same breath. They built, they destroyed, they mourned, they celebrated. They waged war not just for survival, but for belief, for pride, for fear. We debated among ourselves, if Mokus did not destroy them, would they destroy themselves? They seemed to understand wrath, perhaps even more intimately than our mindless God. But still, what were they compared to him? What was strategy against inevitability? What was anger against gravity itself? We watched as Mokus drifted closer. Years became decades. Decades became centuries. And Earth changed. At first, we did not understand what we were seeing. Structures spread across continents. Lights multiplied. The planet itself seemed to hum with a new kind of energy, unnatural, focused, deliberate. Then the transformation became undeniable. Earth was no longer just a world. It was becoming a weapon. The surface shifted with purpose. Massive constructs emerged, converging, aligning. Continents were carved into shape. Oceans were redirected. And at the center of it all, facing the void, facing Mokus himself, a mouth. Vast, impossible. A planetary maw, built with terrifying precision, aimed directly at the incoming god. We trembled. Not for Earth, but for the first time, for Mokus. As he approached, unstoppable as ever, we felt his gravity tighten around us, pulling the shattered remains of our people closer to the moment of annihilation. We had seen this ending before. We knew it by heart. But Earth did not tremble. Earth did not pray. The mouth opened, and it spoke. War. The word echoed through the void, not as sound, but as intent, as declaration, as challenge. Then came the light. A terrible, blinding, all-consuming atomic fury erupted from the mouth of the planet. Not a single strike, but a concentrated storm of annihilation, a weapon forged from everything the naked apes had ever learned about destruction. It struck Mokus. For the first time since we had known him, he faltered. His surface cracked, his momentum stuttered. The unstoppable force hesitated, and then he broke. Our god shattered in silence, his mass torn apart, his terrible gravity collapsing into nothing. The fragments that had once been our prison drifted free. We drifted free. We were no longer bound, no longer dragged across the cosmos by a mindless destroyer. We were saved, saved by the very beings we had judged as doomed. We looked upon Earth with new understanding. It was not Mokus who had been supreme. It was not inevitability that ruled the universe. It was will. It was defiance. Earth had taken its knowledge of death, its long, bloody history of war, and turned it outward, not against itself, but against extinction. It had become something more than a world, a guardian, a warning, a weapon aimed at the darkness. We had believed Mokus to be a god. We had believed nothing could stop him. We were wrong. It was Mokus who had been arrogant to challenge a world born of war, shaped by survival and united in the face of annihilation. And we had been arrogant too, believing ourselves doomed to orbit destruction forever. Now we drift freely among the stars, searching not for another god of power, but perhaps for something kinder. Yet even as we leave, we cannot ignore it. There, hanging in the void behind us, the planet of war gods, watching, waiting, ready. As always, Earth stood defiant.
I really like how that one turned out. Um, it's kind of been an idea that's been with me for a long time, ever since there was camera footage of us firing a rocket powered camera at a space rock. And it's just the idea that we could use our weapons of destruction to do something scientific and proof of concept of what we could do to an oncoming space object that was coming to destroy us. And we take all our potential for war, our ability to be like monkeys throwing poop at each other, and we flung a turd out into outer space with our predator precision. And with that turd of war, we survived. Not against an enemy of another nation or another planet, but just a fight against the darkness, a fight against death itself, a fight against a natural disaster. There's no more pure cause, and I can't think of anything else that would make outsiders notice us more. Is the idea that we took our scary potential, the reasons why they might want to stay away from us, and they might actually be impressed with us and say, wow, we can accomplish something. Our predator instincts are useful for the continuation of life. We saw an inevitability, and we said no. No, more than that, we said war. War against death. I'll just leave it at that. I am Joseph Arthur Roszell. You might know me as Captain Canada. I want to thank you for watching. I want to wish you all the luck in the world. I love you. And I want you to know that suicide is never the answer. Peace out. For now.